They say the shark never sleeps. While every other creature in the ocean rests, the shark keeps swimming, always forward, never stopping. It's not because it doesn't get tired, but because if it stops moving, it dies. And that simple truth holds one of the greatest lessons about success, business, and wealth. When you stop moving, you stop growing. Once upon a time, deep in the blue ocean, there lived a young shark named Ryo. Ryo was strong, curious, and full of dreams. He admired his father, a wise and powerful shark who ruled their territory with calm confidence. One evening, as they swam side by side under the moonlight, Ryo asked, "Father, why do we never rest? Why do we always have to keep swimming?" His father smiled and said, "My son, a shark must keep moving to stay alive. The moment we stop swimming, we stop breathing." Ryo frowned. "But that sounds tiring, father. Don't you ever want to stop, even for a little while?" His father looked into the deep and said, "The ocean never stops moving, and neither can we. That is the price of being who we are." Ryo didn't fully understand what his father meant, but he would soon find out. A few days later, while swimming alone, Ryo decided to test his father's words. The ocean was calm, the moonlight gentle, and he thought, maybe it won't hurt to rest for a moment. So he stopped swimming. For a few seconds, everything felt peaceful. The water was quiet, and he felt free. But soon, something strange happened. His body felt heavy. The water pressed against him, his gills struggled, and he couldn't breathe properly. He tried to move again, but it was too late, he was sinking. Fear rushed through him. He kicked his fins desperately, fighting to rise back toward the surface. After several painful seconds, he finally broke free, gasping for water. That night, Ryo learned the truth: a shark that stops moving starts dying. And from that moment on, he promised himself he would never stop again. As time passed, Ryo began to see the ocean differently. He no longer swam without purpose, he learned to move with intention. He studied the currents, the tides, and the habits of other sea creatures. He noticed something important. Some fish chased everything that moved and ended up exhausted. Others waited too long for the perfect moment and starved. But the sharks who succeeded were those who moved wisely and consistently. Ryo realized that the same rule applied not only to the ocean but also to life. In business and in wealth, those who keep moving, learning, adapting, improving, always rise. Those who stop because of fear, failure, or comfort eventually sink. Ryo didn't chase every opportunity he saw. He learned patience. He learned focus. He understood that success wasn't about moving fast, it was about moving smart. Discipline became his greatest strength. He started to treat every swim like an investment. Every decision, every effort, every risk, it all mattered. He learned to use the ocean's currents to his advantage, just as a wise entrepreneur learns to use challenges as stepping stones. One day, an old turtle swam slowly beside him and said, "You're always moving, young shark. Don't you ever get tired?" Ryo smiled. "I get tired," he said, "but I don't stop. Because stopping costs more than moving forward." The turtle nodded thoughtfully. "Then you've learned the secret to life." Ryo realized that success was never about chasing everything, it was about becoming better with every move. Growth wasn't something that happened suddenly, it was built daily, one stroke at a time. Over time, Ryo became the most respected shark in the ocean. Not because he was the biggest or the fastest, but because he was consistent, focused, and disciplined. He taught others that true success comes from motion, from taking action even when things are tough. He would often say, "If you stop learning, you fall behind. If you stop working, your dreams begin to fade. Money flows to those who move, not to those who wait." Then one night, a great storm hit the ocean. The waves were wild, and the sea creatures ran for safety. But Ryo didn't hide. He faced the storm head-on. He swam through the chaos with strength and focus, pushing against the current until the storm finally passed. When the ocean calmed, Ryo looked around and realized many who stopped moving never survived the storm. That day, he understood his father's lesson in full, not just with his body, but with his heart. A shark must keep moving to stay alive. A dream must keep moving to stay alive. A business must keep moving to stay alive. That's the secret of the shark, and the secret of every successful person. So when life feels hard, keep moving. When business is slow, keep moving. When the ocean of life gets rough, don't stop. Because the moment you stop, you start to sink. The shark never sleeps, not because it's restless, but because it understands what most people forget. Motion is life. So, no matter what, stay hungry. Stay focused. And above all, keep swimming. Because in the ocean of success, only the relentless survive.